guys, it's Jade, and today we're going to talk about character generators and how to use them and just how beneficial they can be for your writing. So what a character generator can do from the very beginning is that if you're suffering from writer's block, that is one way that you can get yourself out of the rut. Is just by creating this character, looking up generators that are character generators. Like, I'm going to throw up one right here for the character generator ideas. And with this generator, what they actually do is that they have the characters that are generated have many different things. Like, they have the name, they have the background, they have a bunch of random things about each different character that they come up with. And by using this character generator online, you're also able to come up with your own ideas based on this character, or if you already have your main characters planned out, you have a bunch of storyline, but you need some extra characters and you can't really come up with any extra characters. A character generator can be just what you need for background characters. They can do just enough information on a character's background so you can understand just how to thoroughly describe this character or get this character across just for the short period of time that they are in your story. And that's something that's really important, is that ensuring that your main characters and your side characters do all have backgrounds and they're well thought out. Side characters don't need as much background as your main characters, so you can set limits on these character generators to allow for more ideas or more like descriptions and all that. So if you don't want to use an online source, what you can do is you can go ahead and come up with your own character generator. So by coming up with your own character generator, you're just going to go ahead and write down like ideas about your character. So some criteria that I like to meet if I am creating my own characters using a certain type of generator is that I'm making sure that the first thing I know is, doesn't actually have to be the name, but it's good to put that at the top of your list of things to know, is that the character's name you have. Even if it's a side character, it's good to still know a name for this character. And then from there, you can go ahead and have some other criteria to meet, such as the character's ethnicity, and their religion. Those two things are something that are big in culture today, and they do help with you coming up with more ideas for your character. Another thing to do is go ahead and have some of their values written down. So values can be such as they value family over everything, and those are really helpful things to know to create your character. By knowing what they value, you can give your character a more thorough and well thought out life, so they're not just made up out of the blue, out of nowhere. You also want to have ideas of some life experiences for them to have had, so this can create the growth before your story's growth. Because when you do have a character that you write that just only had anything ever happen when you write the story, doesn't create a good, well thought out and a deep character. Because if a character doesn't have previous life experiences, that makes them really bland and 2D, and they're not something that people will be able to relate to. You want people to relate to your characters, you want them to feel connected, and that's why it's beneficial to use this list of ideas to come up with a good character. So using generators can help you with getting your characters well thought out and just making sure that you do have plenty of characters. Because something that is also really helpful to do with these character generators is that you have an endless supply of characters. You can have endless variety because there's hundreds of thousands of ideas that can be about us people. You can have one person with the same name, but they have so many different values, so many different life experiences, and just like so many likes, dislikes. If you just change these things a little bit about a person, you're creating a whole new character, or you're creating a developed character. That's something else that is really helpful, is making sure that you're understanding that this is a base layer for your character and that this is where your story begins, is with the idea of your characters before ideas. So what they believed before the story happened. Because by doing that, you know how your character will act in situations. So it's not just being completely out of the blue, not knowing anything about your character, not knowing how your character will react. Because let's say you decide that the thing that needs to happen is a dragon attack to this town out of nowhere, but you decide this needs to happen. If you have previous experiences and understanding for your character and you have it all written out and you understand what it is, you'll be able to understand how your character is going to react in that scenario. And it's just so helpful having the ideas of your character completely written out before you start writing, because that's always something you can go back to and always keep checking on. And so character generators are just super beneficial for you getting over writer's block, keeping consistent characters, and it's just so important to understand that your characters are where your story begins, and they're the most important part of your story. So just focus on making sure that your characters are well thought out and intriguing before you start writing. And go have fun, enjoy writing, and that's all. Bye!